All right, hi, and welcome to Low Carb Cocktails. I'm Frank, the Low Carb Cocktail Guy, and with me again, if you watched my last video, and if you haven't, please go check it out. Omar with Oak Wash makes some amazing tiki mugs. Definitely check out his website, oakwash.com.
That's it.
Yeah, and order a mug, man. They're just some beautiful, and even though you do like let's say 10 or 20, how many mugs you do at a time?
It just depends on the day,
like,
man.
Yeah.
There's days.
Well, like as far as like a design, a particular design.
It can be as low as 50 and as high as in the hundreds, depending on if it's for a bar or a client request.
Okay, so but even with that,
so like this edition here, I think there's only 25 ever made.
Right, but
in this glaze.
In this glaze, but all 25 of those will be slightly different, some type of way, because of everything's handmade.
That's correct.
You touch things afterwards to get your final little tweaks on it.
Yes, sir.
So so let's say if you make 101 style mug, not a single one of those will be exactly alike.
They're all done by hand, cleaned up by hand, made right here in Louisiana.
So yeah, so make sure you check out his website, his Instagram, his Facebook, and if you're from Louisiana, make sure you're supporting local. That's why he's here. I found out what he's doing and how great of a job he's doing, so we brought him in and did some stuff. And so we're going to be making our first cocktail for Tiki season. Oh man, y'all hear me talk about Tiki all the time. One of my favorite drinks style, other than Prohibition era cocktails, but Tiki is next. And today we're making a Chief Lapu Lapu. So a little bit background on Chief Lapu Lapu. So in the 1500s, Chief Lapu Lapu was one of two rulers of Mactan, a little island, what's that side? That would be southeast of the Philippines, part of the Philippine area kind of thing. And he kind of shared rulership with some dude named Zula. So during that time, Magellan was running around for Spain, making a spice trade, taking over land in the name of Spain, and up in the Philippines. So at that point in time, some dude named Raha, who ran the Cebu, big island of Philippines, said, yeah, we'll bow down to Spain, we'll be part of Spain, and yeah, please don't hurt us. So, and then Magellan and then Cebu were kind of chatting about it a little bit, maybe over some cocktails, I don't know. So they decided, hey, we got this island, a little bit of small island down here, let's go take that one over. So that's where Lapu Lapu and Zula was. So Magellan heads on down to Mactan, and Zula's like, yeah, please don't kill us. We'll do what you say. And Lapu Lapu's like, fuck you, that ain't happening. We're not, no, we're happy where we are. Spain go kiss their ass. No, you're not coming over here. So like Magellan's like, are you sure? And Lapu's like, do I need to use two fingers? Fuck no, get your ass out of here. So Magellan went back up to Cebu, talked to Raha, said, hey, dude, let's get an army together, let's go kick their ass. So they did. They got an army together. They went down over there to Mactan, and Zula's like, oh, he thought we were fucking kidding. So, hey guys, let's go kick their ass. So Lapu Lapu took all of his warriors, and they had like spears and bows and arrows, and Magellan's dudes had muskets and guns and stuff. And honestly, Lapu Lapu didn't give a shit. So his dudes just wiped the shit off all those guys and said, we told you didn't want to do this. So that's kind of what happened. So Lapu Lapu was the dude who killed Magellan. All over, like, you ain't taking my land. Yeah. So so why not create a cocktail for some dude who's not taking someone's shit and standing for what he believes in? So we're gonna celebrate that today with a drink called
having a drink.
That's
Cheap
great. Lapu Lapu.
Heck of a story, dude.
Yeah.
That's a wild story.
Lapu Lapu. Now, to make it low carb, we are going to be using simply light orange juice. It's going to have 1.5 grams of carbs per ounce. We're going to be using 1.5 ounces. So we're going 2.25 grams of carbs in our orange juice. So let's go ahead and start with our small tin. Where's my ice? Go ahead and put me a whole big old scoop of ice in there.
Let's go.
I am trying to be fancy and shit. Fill that up. So we're going to start with our orange juice because it's already bottled and we ain't going to worry about that. So we do 1.5 ounces of orange juice.
How's that look good?
That looks, yeah, perfect. So next, we're gonna go with some lemon juice. And we're gonna do 1 ounce of lemon juice. Move that, and definitely don't wanna knock that over. Whew, it is, can't tell you how many times I've done videos and just like shit go flying. So.
Fresh
Lemon juice. Now lemon juice is gonna have 2 grams of carbs per ounce. So it's not too bad, unless you're having like 6 of these. And then you probably don't give a shit at that point.
It's been a tough day. You deserve the sugar.
Yeah, you deserve the carbs. If you had a bad day where you need 6 cheap Lapu Lapus,
oh man,
you deserve it. And that's kind of funny. Over at Sugarfield Spirit, have you looked at their menu? They have the bad day.
The names of their drinks are great.
The bad day is well. First, there's the Thomas.
Yeah, the Thomas.
The Thomas is bourbon in the glass.
That's a good drink though.
And then
Tristan had one when he was there last time.
The bad day is the double Thomas. So we got 1 ounce of our lemon juice.
My buddy Tristan, his son's name is Thomas.
Okay.
And we thought that was hilarious. You know.
Yeah, oh, hey, I can see that.
So yeah, he'll enjoy that I said that. So
awesome. And now we're going to our simple syrup. We're going to do half ounce of simple syrup. And this is made with allulose, so there'll be 0 net carbs. And that's one thing about it. Allulose is a rare sugar. It actually is a sugar that's not metabolized by the body. And
you're good. You're good. I don't think nobody got hurt.
I couldn't board, but I got another one. So it doesn't metabolize in your body like sugar. So it's considered a sugar alcohol. So there's no sugar metabolizing your body, but you still get that sweetness of a sugar.
I feel like I'm going to get quizzed on this at the end, but yeah.
There'll be a pop quiz.
Okay, good.
All right, so next we get some grenadine. And grenadine is super high in sugar, but Monin makes a great pomegranate syrup, and that's all grenadine is a pomegranate syrup.
Yes.
So we're going to go with a half ounce.
Never used that. Or seen it. Where'd you get that?
Online. Now,
okay.
I originally saw it at Calandra out in Baton Rouge.
Okay, well, that would sound about right.
Yeah.
I feel like if I would have seen that, it would have been there.
Yeah, so Calandra, and they had some problems with getting product.
I feel like,
with the freshness, because the ones I've got a couple times, the expiration date was like 4 days later.
Yeah.
So they've been getting some problems with that.
I'm sure the pandemic has a hand in that, maybe.
Yeah, so there's that. And so now we have our rums. So this calls for a light rum and a dark rum, and I'm using Sugarfield's experimental rum. Have you had this one?
I have not.
This is a cane juice rum, so it's an agricole style rum.
I think I saw pictures of them actually going out when they were doing all that.
Cutting the cane down.
Crazy.
So instead of taking sugar and molasses and fermenting that to make rum, they squeeze the sugar cane itself, produces liquid, and they ferment that for it.
Wow, and I think if you're from Louisiana, if you haven't had a piece of sugar cane
that
you just chewed on,
yeah,
I don't think you've never never had the full Louisiana experience. As a kid, we used to go deer hunting, and my dad, we would just always rip a piece off, and I remember eating it, and I was like, wow, I feel real Cajun right now, you know?
Yeah. So hey, this is a
full experience.
This is a clean jigger. Just go ahead and get a nose on that. Sure, man. And you'll see how it's just completely
that
different
smells like
profile.
it's straight from the field.
It does, doesn't it?
That's wonderful.
And this is Sugarfield's dark rum, which they do is they age it. I think it was a 2-year or 1 year age. 1 year. It's 1 year age in port barrels.
Wow.
So it's got a little sweetness, a little red color to it because of being in a port wine barrels.
Yeah, and that's a healthy portion there. I like that.
That's it.
To the top.
Got to go to the top.
This guy knows what he's doing. Watch this shake. We go to 50% of bars. They can't even do that.
Well, the whole thing about shaking, when I try to talk to people about it, it's not just chilling and dilution. That aeration creates a completely different texture and mouthfeel to it.
Yeah.
You get a good aeration built into it as well.
I've gained a huge amount of respect for just cocktails, I think, in the last, year? The pandemic really pushed me to making drinks at home and learning a lot, watching your videos, amongst others on YouTube. And you learn a lot, about what happens in the process of making a drink.
It all.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot. It's not just you put some ice and shake it. And like another reasons why you have what's called dump and pour, where you would just dump this ice into your glass. You're going to get a lot faster dilution. So your ratios, because ice is an ingredient, that dilution is an ingredient in your drink.
Yes.
And when you're using, they call wet ice that you're shaking in, that dilution is extra now. So by the time you get your third sip in your drink, your ratios will be off. It will be over diluted at that point.
That is beautiful.
Now, traditionally, this is actually garnished. A couple of cinnamon sticks.
Heck yeah. Now that's tiki.
It is. That's one thing I like to do is just go ahead and just take one and scrape it on the other.
I feel like you're going to start a fire. This is wonderful.
I'm just going to open up those aromas on that a little bit more.
Man.
And give that a try.
For sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
I got one in here.
Oh, the cinnamon does wonders.
Chief Lapu Lapu.
Wow.
I had one of those the other night, and I wanted to go take down an army.
That has there's a lot more depth than I thought it was going to have.
Yeah.
Everything separates, almost like you're writing a book when you drink it.
Right. So all the flavors is when you have a good ratio, and it's like this is not my recipe of a ratio.
God, you can make a drink.
Thank you. It's all basically following directions and knowing how to do it.
Yeah, that's 50% of people's
is knowing how to do it.
Just follow directions as well.
The recipe and the ratios, and a lot of times I'll find there's like one website, the recipe ratios are god awful horrible, and it's a very popular website for cocktails, and I don't use those because the ratios are just crazy off. And that's the big thing about low carb drinks is a lot of people they'll take a recipe, and because it has like liqueurs in it, like Campari is high in sugar, so they'll just use less.
I'll say, as someone who loves sugar, I like this because it's sweet, right?
Yeah.
But you don't feel the weight of the sugar.
No, and you don't. You're absolutely right. And I think the sugar in here is going to be really the only sugar coming from here is a little bit from the orange juice and a little bit from the lemon juice.
You're letting the rum sing, right? You're
absolutely
letting it do the work.
And that's one thing I like about this agricole style rum, that cane juice rum, is that makes a big difference with that. Whereas a little bit lighter Cuban style, I find the dark rum hides a lighter rum.
Yeah.
So something that's not as heavy as a dark rum, but not as light as just like a Bacardi Superior or something like that, really changes what you get out of it.
Well, this is truly, I guess, my first low-carb cocktail experience.
There you go.
And as someone from an outside perspective, I think we all grew up with the grandparent that had like the stevia or whatever, and you were always like, I don't want to try these things because for me it's like fake sweeteners, things like that. Lower this. I'm like, it doesn't taste right to me, so I don't think I'll like it. I love this. And I'm being whether this was on camera or not, the first drink you made me was great. This belongs in a bar, right? Like, this is really good, though. I'm being dead serious, man. This is really good. And the cinnamon, like, you can put cinnamon on almost anything, right? And you're like, it feels as if you got a gift, like someone gave you a gift.
Yeah.
And, man, the rubbing stick thing, I'm going to do that at home. I'm going to feel I'm
stoked. If you take another jar,
this is really good. I'm not like... You're gonna have are you gonna have the ingredients for this in the bio?
Yeah.
You got to. This is great. I'm gonna make this, and you made me.
That's the rum diligence.
Oh my gosh, I'm hooked. This guy is 17 minutes up the road from me. And
look, my door is always open.
You just hurt yourself, man. Because I'm gonna be back. This is great.
Please, man, my door is always open.
No, I can't wait to make that and this. This is great.
Yeah,
really good. I'm done. Making you feel really good about yourself. I really enjoy this drink. It's very good.
I appreciate that. Like I said, and your rum choices will always make a difference because you can use the recipe traditionally calls for a Jamaican pot stilled rum, and you can use that. And this is a really hefty rum.
Yeah, and trying to find that, it could be difficult for some people, right? Or is it? I don't know.
Well, it was for me locally.
Yeah.
It took me probably 3 years jumping on Alex at Hocus Pocus' back to get it. But
that's a great place to go.
I love that place. I love it. I need to go do like a little shopping blog there.
So it's a Jamaican pot still. So I mean, if you find similar to this, I mean, what's a good recommendation? I guess you could give people if they can't get that exact rum, right?
The thing with dark rums are really hard to do low carb. The best thing to do is if there's a brand that you prefer, there's a website, Fat Rum Pirates. Okay. And there's a hydrometer test where they tested the sugars in a bunch of national brand rums.
Awesome. Okay.
So, and that told me what I want to use and what I don't want to use.
Wow.
And so I found out Hamilton has, and on their website, Hamilton's website, they'll tell you there's no sugars added to it.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing to that. You still got to drive home, so I think we might be done with
No, yeah, we'll be good. I'm good.
You're more than welcome to finish it. I'm good with that.
It's good, man. It's good.
All right, guys.
If it wasn't good, I wouldn't keep drinking it, but I can't put it down. It's like, I don't even know. It's just really very well balanced.
Well, what is this? Slightly sweet, slightly tart, slightly sweet, and just that blend of rums just really changes the complexity of everything else.
This can get you in trouble.
That can get you in trouble. That's the type of drinks I like.
Yeah, this is you have a date. I mean, this is the drink. You can impress a girl with this. I mean, I'm just saying, man, that's a drink there. I'm almost done. So,
all right, guys. Well, thank y'all for watching. And if you'd like to support my channel, I do have a Patreon link below. My Amazon links are also affiliate links, so those help me out as well. But if you can't afford to do any of those things, that's completely okay, and I don't mind. What helps me more than anything else is like my channel, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave comments, share my videos, and the biggest thing is watch time. Watch my videos to the end. All right,
the whole thing. You want to see me do this to the very end. Watch the whole thing.
All right. See y'all later. There we go.